I see sous chef Patrice is now chopping some carrots and celery, some fennel on that board too. That Patrice is a slicing and dicing machine. We should just call him Patrice-o-Matic.
Italian meringue. Yes, that's not very complicated, but it demands a little bit of a cooking of the sugar, and I want you to be very careful, all right? All right, so let's go over the ingredients first. I'm going to do an Italian meringue today with 2 egg whites. 1 egg whites weighed about 1 ounce, so we need a double of that in sugar. So 2 ounces of sugar for 1 ounce of egg whites, okay? Also, we're going to need a pinch of salt and also some creme au tartar. Now, creme au tartar, something that you need, you can use or not, but it helps to get our egg whites nice and tight, and therefore the natural water from the egg whites don't come out, and those egg whites don't break so easily. So a little bit of creme au tartar can save you a little bit, all right? Very good. So we're going to start by separating the eggs. We're only interested on the egg whites today, so there we go. So I got my egg yolks in here. Oh, I drop a little shell. So I'm going to use like one of my friend technique. Put your finger in the shell and move it out. It works very well. All right, 1 egg white. I like to cut them, let me put this over here. I like to do them one by one, of course. There we go. I'm going to put the second egg whites in the machine. It also works much better if your egg whites are a little bit room temperature. So take them out of the refrigerator, about half an hour or so before you need it. Salt goes in. There we go. Now let's move on to the other part of making that Italian meringue, which is cooking the sugar into what we call soft boil. Soft boil, it's a temperature about 235, 240 degrees, give you a soft boil. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, I'm going to get a little pot like that, and I'm going to pour a little bit of water first, okay? It doesn't matter how much water you put in the pot. More water takes a longer time to get into a soft boil, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and have 2 egg whites, which is equivalent to about 2 ounces of egg whites. So I'm going to go with 4 ounces of granulated sugar. I'm going to put that over the heat. I try not to mess around too much. The pot needs to be nice and clean when you do caramel, or when you cook sugar like that. All right, very good. So let me go ahead and turn this on. And just let the sugar melt and come to a boil. And we're going to cook this again. You can use a candy thermometer by sticking it inside and until you reach about 235, 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Or what you can do is you have a bowl of water with ice, and I have a little spoon, and what I'm going to do is remove some of that sugar and put it inside my ice water and see if I can make a little ball and see if it's soft, and that's called soft ball, all right? That shouldn't take too long. Also, I don't want to start my egg whites immediately because I don't want the egg whites to be ready and not the sugar. The last thing you want to do is stop the egg whites and wait for your sugar. That's not going to work. So everything has to come together at once. Now, it's easy for me to remove the sugar if my egg whites are not whipped entirely before I put the sugar. I'm okay with this. But the other way around, not good, all right? So I'm going to wait until the sugar starts to cook a little bit and gets thick, all right? So I didn't put too much water in here. It should not take too much time, all right? Very good. Almost ready, it's on the way, so I'm going to start my machine slow, on a slow speed, about about the number 4 right there. I want to start forming those eggs. I'm also going to add a little bit of the creme au tartar, about 1/4 teaspoon, barely, there we go, inside, good, very nice. I can tell that my sugar is almost ready because it's kind of boiling a little bit slow and it's getting thicker. All right, and this is way before the sugar turns into caramel. All right, so if it turns into a caramel, do another dish, okay? All right, very good. I'm going to speed up the machine a little bit, and I get my egg whites nice and foamy. All right, let's take a look at those egg whites also to make sure that they are perfect. I'm going to go ahead and test whisk my sugar in here to see if it's ready. All right, let me show you. I'm gonna do it right there in front of you guys, this way everybody can see. I'm gonna take a little bit of sugar and put it in the cold water a little bit like that. There we go. And this is the safest way to do this. Of course, you can do by putting your hand directly, but I wouldn't suggest. There we go. And you can see right here, I can make a little bowl with the sugar. I'm gonna remove it because I can feel it's cooked. And let me show you that. It's soft, you see? It's nice and soft. Okay, this is soft boiled sugar. It's about 235 to 240 degrees. I'm gonna put it back in here. Let's move over here. And now what we're gonna do is pour the sugar and between the whisk and the bowl of the machine, because I do not want to hit the whisk, it'll push the sugar against the bowl and my ratio will be wrong. Always on high speed. Those egg whites are nice and fluffy. And look, I'm gonna pour my sugar slowly on high speed. Good job in here. I can see that not too much sugar went against the bowl, so this is perfect right there. So now what I want to do is let that sugar, let that meringue cool off before I stop the machine. And what am I going to do with Italian meringue? It's one famous dish you can do, a famous cream. It's called a buttercream. If I add butter to that and flavor, I got buttercream. But I would wait until the meringue is cold, okay? So you let it whisk until it cools off. Now this is about almost cold to the touch. So let me see what's going on. It should be nice and stiff. Ooh, look at that meringue. Oh, this is beautiful. Let me see this. Let me see that. Very nice. And this is what we call a French meringue. Italian meringue. Look at that. Perfect. You can do so much with this. All right, guys. If you want to watch my other video on the other meringues, I got French meringue, Swiss meringue, and now Italian meringues, all right? So you make a nice buttercream with this. All right, guys, talk to you later, and I'll see you on the Swiss meringue.
They got some pretty good culinary noggins. The Patrice-o-Matic. That Patrice is a slicing and dicing machine.